Johnny Manziel just played in his second spring league game in the NFL Development League. And I want to discuss it because Johnny Manziel, after the first game, I was really highly discouraged. I saw Johnny Manziel and I said, what we just saw, that was not an NFL quarterback. It was discouraging. It was like, ooh, that's your best? Johnny Manziel couldn't throw. He ran around. He couldn't even really run. His offensive line was terrible, but it was a mess. Johnny Manziel did not look like an NFL quarterback when I watched him in the first spring league game. So last weekend, his second and final spring league game happened. We saw it more. We saw, Johnny Manziel's offensive line was better. Johnny Manziel looked better. He did look better as a quarterback. Again, a lot of that's because of the offensive line. But here are my takeaways. My takeaways are still this. Johnny Manziel has poor arm strength. Johnny Manziel has no deep ball. And Johnny Manziel's best skill is running around. Johnny Manziel is at his best in unscripted moments running around playing football because he's not precise. And we saw a few nice throws from Johnny Manziel. Johnny Manziel was 10 for 16, 188 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns, and 1 interception. Now, I want to argue that poor tackling because he's playing against bad competition. These are not NFL defensive ends. This is against very poor competition. Johnny Manziel's able to run around sort of against bad athletes. Imagine him running around against Myles Garrett or Von Miller. It's not going to happen to the same level of success. And I also want to point out that 1 interception Johnny Manziel had really should have been 3 or even 4. I mean, Johnny Manziel is playing the same way he did in college. Johnny Manziel runs around. He throws balls up for grabs, into danger, into double, triple coverage. It's a mess. It doesn't look good. If you look back at Johnny Manziel's best plays from Alabama, or best plays from Texas A&M, look at Johnny Manziel's best plays from college. There were plays against Alabama. Johnny Manziel runs around, and all he does, he hucks it up in the middle of the field, and Mike Evans, whoever he had, goes up and makes an incredible catch. It really wasn't precise, good football. It wasn't good quarterback play. It was like Fran Tarkenton mess. It wasn't really great. Johnny Manziel, again, he's not a precise quarterback. If you want to play street flag football, if you want to have touch football, if you want to run around and have unscripted stuff happen, backyard football, Johnny Manziel's my guy. He's the best guy you could ask for. He's better than Tom Brady. But in the NFL, in a league of precision where you have to be accurate, have a great arm, no. And Johnny Manziel has a lot of it. He throws a lot of bad throws into danger. And Johnny Manziel's interceptions are even worse than Sam Darnold's. Sam Darnold throws a lot of interceptions. It doesn't bother me very much because Sam Darnold has upside. Sam Darnold has the arm strength and the arm talent to make up for it. See, with the bad Sam Darnold, you also get amazing, incredible, and good Sam Darnold. With Johnny Manziel, you get bad Johnny Manziel, like interception, ugly Johnny Manziel, and you really only get run around, avoid athletes like street football Johnny Manziel. You don't really have that next level a guy like Sam Darnold, Josh Rosen, Baker Mayfield has. You don't see that from Johnny Manziel. Johnny Manziel's interceptions are far worse and far more concerning than Sam Darnold's. Look, I'll take risks if you can make up for it, if you can win with your arm, but Johnny Manziel can't. Johnny Manziel cannot make high-level NFL throws. I honestly believe, even after a second game, which is a little better, Johnny Manziel is best served going to the Canadian Football League. Johnny Manziel should go north of the border, go play in the CFL, prove not only that you can play football, prove you can be a grown-up, and earn it. Go to the CFL, earn that you belong. Look, I like the version of Johnny Manziel we have been seeing. I like this version of Johnny Manziel. Johnny Manziel has showed humility. He's likable. He's a guy I'm now rooting for. I remember in college, it's hard to root for this guy. This Johnny Manziel was awful and hard to root for. The new, humble comeback Johnny is a guy I like, a guy I'm rooting for. So I'm rooting for Johnny Manziel as a player and as a person, but I don't see an NFL level quarterback. I really don't. And it's fair. Some guy commented, you can't tell me Johnny Manziel is not somehow good enough to be a backup quarterback in the NFL. You're right. Honestly, he's right. That commenter was right because there are a lot of really, really awful NFL quarterbacks in the league. Backup quarterbacks in the NFL are awful. I mean, there's just not a lot of good quarterbacks out there, but really comparing Johnny Manziel to the other backups in the league isn't very good. Because you're not comparing Johnny Manziel to other top prospects. You're not comparing Johnny Manziel to other starting quarterbacks. You're saying, Johnny Manziel is better than Kyle Orton and I don't know, Bruce Grady. Think of insert any backup, Trevon Boykin, any backup quarterback in the league. Johnny Manziel might be better than that guy, but that's not really saying very much. And I would argue those guys barely even belong in the league. Why should Johnny Manziel, who not only is newsworthy, not only isn't very good at football, he also has significant concerns off the field. Why would I ever bring Johnny Manziel into my locker room? I would not. Go to the CFL, earn your spot, earn the right, and then we can talk. That's how I feel about Johnny Manziel. Absolutely 100%. Because, yeah, he's good enough to be a backup in the league, but that's really not saying very much. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Help me grow Strong Opinion Sports by telling your friends about the show on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, whatever it is. If you understand Reddit, that'd be a big help. Help me grow Strong Opinion Sports by sharing it with your friends. And if you really love Strong Opinion Sports, you can subscribe on iTunes, on SoundCloud, on YouTube, on Google Play, everywhere you find podcasts. Subscribe and help me grow by telling your friends about Strong Opinion Sports.